looks like we're gonna be ready to go soon. As Kev does the SRL countdown.
The SRL countdown in Discord. All right,
Yep.
good luck to
Good
both
luck
of our
to-
runners.
Oh yes. So, the first thing we'll see will be Wave.
Yeah, they go to Wave because Super Arrow has been moved to Wave stage from collecting it, which makes sense because he does fire his little torpedo arrows at you.
Yep. This is weird because and Double Jumper 2 hits and Wave.
So there's no real gimmick to this hack. It's just a really well-made, solid, pretty fast-paced hack using all of Mega Man 5's existing mechanics, speeding them up in some way. Made by Insys and some other members of the ROM hacking community.
And there we will see maybe more mashing than in Mega Man 5 since they removed they reduced the iframes from the enemies.
Yeah, and you can also, you can charge while sliding too, so
it
helps speed up some of the movement. Going into the baby bubble climb, super easy.
Yeah.
Even if you mess up, you just fall onto the lower bubble, and you can still make it up. You only lose like a second from the miss.
And just like Rockman Triclaw, we have a quick weapon swap.
Yeah,
which would be handy later on with Super Arrow and a lot of cool tech.
Alright, so his Wave Man's arrows move really slowly. It's the same as regular Wave Man, we just gotta be careful to not jump into... Okay.
Yep. There we have two very close fights.
We're very fine. We're still fine.
This is fun.
So now we're gonna get, I believe it's Pump Stream?
To change the name for all of the weapon, of course.
Pump Stream. On the pause menu, it's actually shortened to P Stream. Just thought I should point that out in case anybody wanted to know.
Installing metal is weird.
Oh yes. Right.
So
next, we're going to space.
Yeah, space with Charge Man. There's going to be a lot of wave usage while on the ground. The reason that they had to start the game from reset for the cutscene is because if you're there's a value that gets set to your falling speed when you're on an arrow.
Yep.
Oh man, the space. You get unlucky with the rock or unlucky with the fall speed?
I think he got unlucky with the rocks. And they're random, so you gotta be careful.
Yes, there's the value that gets set for your fall speed when you're riding an arrow. That gets adjusted based on a few factors, such as when Proto Man jumps off screen in the intro cutscene, and for a couple of weapons like Power Stone or Wave. If you fire Wave from the ground, then that resets those values so that you don't fall off.
Yep. And they go to charge second even if they don't have the weakness, because charge kick is just too useful.
I'm sorry, what's the weapon name?
Charge kick?
Yeah, the charge kick weapon name?
Is it still charge kick?
No, it's not. It's the official name is Raider Slide, I believe.
Oh no, Kuumba.
But it gets shortened.
Right,
it does get shortened to R Slide, and so it's very obviously Raiden Slide.
Oh yes. Shoutouts to Raiden the Quick.
Shoutouts to Raiden the Quick.
But yeah, very unfortunate deaths from Kuumba, but this is a very hard Ramek.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of opportunities later on that are very dangerous.
Yep.
So we get charge kick right away, even though wave isn't the weakness, just because, or R slide, just because it's just so fast. You move a lot faster, and you're invulnerable while you're kicking. So.
Yep, it's very handy for a lot of the situation the games ends up to you.
Arrows are still fast, but they accelerate slower, so they're not as useful in all situations like they are in the base Mega Man 5 game. They're a lot more useful for vertical movement as opposed to horizontal.
Yep. So you have a combo. Oh, was it his last life? Nope. Okay.
No, he's got one more. Unless he got Mega Man 5 life. Oh no. Baron's gonna run out of kicks.
I remember Gravity being a pretty tough fight, casual.
Yeah, Gravity's pretty tough. Alright. And Kuumba managed to survive.
Yep. He didn't get the grab skip though.
Nah. It's pretty costly to you just want to do like a 1 or 2 frame tap before the fanfare. Alright, so we get Phoenix Right from
Right.
Gravity Man.
Objection!
Objection!
Overruled.
Oh,
You
man.
only get 4 uses of it, and so you don't get a lot to use in the stages. It's just a screen clear though, so it's pretty useful once you are able to use it, after you have to get through Starman for the weakness.
Yep. Yeah, and Star is not an easy stage.
Now, there's a lot of pits to die in. Gotta be careful because you can run out of arrows here. It's pretty tight.
But thankfully, I think the arrow you have more arrow than the original.
I think it just drains slower because you clip on it more.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a hidden path there. Actually, the creator, Insys, told them about that little hidden path.
Yeah.
Saved some time so that they didn't have to climb around a bunch.
And so we make quick work of Star with an extract.
Don't die. Okay. Watching Kuumba to make sure he didn't.
Yep. And it's kind of crazy because they're like, they did one stage and they finish at the same time, and they're doing the other stage and they're finishing at the same time.
Yeah, it's basically just the 1 stage difference.
Star Shield, Star Trap.
Yeah, so Star Trap actually is a trap. Like you you activate it and it is a shield, and then you activate it to what the base game would be throwing it, and it actually just stays in place.
Yep. And now you're going to see Phoenix Rag used during the stage instead. But yeah, it's very useful when there's a lot of enemies you can't hit otherwise, or if there's a lot of them on the screen at the same time. You'll see that, I think, more in the tournament stages.
Yeah, for sure. So there is ice physics. There's no ice physics normally in Mega Man 5, so they had to be created specifically for this level.
This is pretty neat.
Yeah, okay. Got underneath there. A little bit tricky. Yeah, the ice physics are a little bit more slippery than in other Mega Man games. You got to be a little careful there. Oh, okay, he whiffed the rush coil hop.
Yeah, and you see how useful Super Arrow is on this stage.
Alright,
P-Stream.
P-Stream.
Okay.
Get to use Wave finally against Nepal, or against the boss weak to it.
Yep. So we now have, I think, all of the weaknesses until the end of the 8 robots.
Napalm's weapon is Front Blast,
Oh,
or
Oh,
F
yes.
Blast in the menu. I know there are some people who like to extrapolate certain names on that.
yeah.
It's a pretty powerful weapon. It's
Oh,
short
yes.
range, but it just destroys everything.
You're gonna see a lot of charge kick use in Gyro. And also, shoutouts to TMNT2.
Yeah, it's a pretty flat stage, so there's a lot of kicking going on, a lot of Raiden sliding.
Yep. We see Kuumba
Alright,
doing
Kuumba gets
scary
underneath.
arrows. Yep.
And then the coil hops. Coil is actually a lot bigger in this game, so he's actually
Useful.
like you can actually land on him sometimes.
It's challenging in the original 5 to use coil.
Yep. So both of our runners are going to pick up at least one E-Tank, just because there's some danger going on at the end of the game. There's a hidden one there in the end of Gyro. I think that's just a fast, easy one to get.
Yep. And there's sometimes in these Ramak, there's not a lot of E-Tanks. Are there M-Tanks in this Ramak?
There are M-Tanks. They do get used later on.
Alright.
So that's Fuma.
Fuma, Shuriken.
While we're starting out the next stage really quick, Almond City donates $20. Use this money to install metal and put it towards the Hyper Life Drifter all bosses.
Nice.
Thanks. We will install all the metal.
We're gonna try.
Alright, so we have Stone, also a water stage, very difficult.
Lots of weapon usage on this stage and very difficult, yes, indeed. And the Mets are stupidly powerful and hard to kill.
Yeah, it's just best to Phoenix Wright them if you can.
Yeah. Or just avoid them.
Yeah.
Since the game has a lot of less lag than the original 5.
Yeah, a lot less lag. A lot, pretty well optimized, I would say.
And the arrow management is important because there's a lot of long screens.
Oh, okay. He's fine. He's fine.
So there we go. He used most of his arrow.
And we're front blasting Gyro on the other side.
And he saw out the Phoenix Wright and charge kick at the end of the stage.
Alright, shoutouts to Fuma cutscene. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have total control over Gyro in this game. It moves the exact same way that you press the buttons, and so you can just have it on screen the entire time if you want.
Are we gonna see grab skip?
Grab skip version 2.
Oh,
Yeah, we got one.
yes.
or underwater physics skip.
Yep. And Baron's going to his last Robot Master crystal.
This is
Where
another,
orbit.
yeah, another pretty flat stage. There's actually a way to get the letter. The letters are skipped just because beat isn't useful. Doesn't they reduced like a lot of the damage beat does to bosses in this, which is just totally fine.
Shoutouts to Meteos Cave. From Final Fantasy. Good song.
Solid song.
Yep.
Oh, Power Stone is actually useful, or Square Orbit.
What do you think about Power Stone? How do you feel about it?
It's powerful. It actually does damage in this, and you can spam it in front of you. Like you don't have to wait for 3 of them to go off screen or anything like that. It moves pretty awkwardly if you don't hit someone right away with it, though.
Yep.
The Box Stone. Cutscene version 2? Yeah.
Here we saw the charge key
All the Power Stone.
usage.
Alright,
Oh.
here's the
Maximus.
square orbits.
It's not as bad because you only have one.
Yeah. And you can select cancel it out, or weapon cancel.
Poor Combat didn't get any grab skip.
Dang. Alright, we're coming up to Dark 1, which probably has the coolest section that you've seen for the wave auto-scroller in any game.
Oh yes. It was quite something the first time doing this.
Yeah, it was so cool. It gets moved here to the very start of the stage.
Yep.
Kind of like you're having to get yourself to Proto Man's castle.
And this song is so good.
Yep. The cones on the ground are basically invulnerable. Like, I don't know how many hits it would take to kill one. I never was able to. Tigers are pretty much invulnerable. Yeah. Alright, we've got the angriest Octodad.
Yep.
Alright. Oh no, Kuumba!
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go! I love this section.
Oh yes. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on after you. You have to use cleverly some of the Mega Man 5 platforms.
Mm-hmm. The spinny droppy platforms, or the Zoda platforms, maybe we should call them.
Zoda. Shoutouts to Dark Forest.
Dark Forest of Hell No.
Yeah.
So the second half of the stage, we are going to use Raid and Slide pretty liberally.
Yep.
Rider Slide. I'm just going to keep calling it Raid and Slide. Because there's a couple of refills right here at the end. We
What
can
is
get it all
this?
back.
Rushet? Why use Rushet when you can just...
Dang,
prepare
look at this speedrunner not doing the developer intended mechanic.
Yeah. And making quick work of Dark One.
Okay.
I guess he was
Wanted to save a star trap.
yeah.
Alright. Wave section for Kuumba.
Yep. We're still one stage ahead from Baron. But that part is so cool.
I just love watching this screen, this
Yeah.
section.
It gives me vibes like Mega Man Zero 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is the most complex stage on the game, and there's a lot of branching paths and a lot of difficult section. So you see a lot of weapon usage.
Yeah, a lot of
And-
separate sections to go.
Yeah. And we have Rush Jet with... we have sunglasses on Rush Jet.
The coolest rush jet you'll ever see. He uses a ton of energy. You don't get to see him too much, but he does move very fast.
Oh yeah. Kuumba making past
Past the wave
solar
section.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a couple, there's like an Easter egg on a couple of these screens where you can see the preview of the screen you're going to go to. It's like you go up through the screen and then you come back down, you're like, oh, there should be spikes right here, and then that it's actually faded out. It's a really cool like stage design.
Yeah, I agree. You go up and then you go down.
Yeah. Shoutouts to the background being the most scary background.
I have no idea where this comes from.
no clue.
Is this the part where I plug that Demon's Crest is up next?
You should definitely plug Demon's Crest.
Demon Crest is cool.
Which statue is better, that one or the Demon Crest statue?
Probably the Demon Crest one. Alright, Dark Tree is another stage where you'll see a lot of charge kick being used just because it improves a lot your horizontal speed.
There is the return of the gravity mechanic right here. So we get to see a dark stage with some upside down segments in it. Do have to be a little careful with a couple of the upside down jumps. If you miss one of those like 2.5, 3 tile wide jumps, it can actually be pretty annoying to get back. You can't land on arrow upside down, and coil rush jet don't work upside down, so you have to go back a ways, reset up your star traps that you don't get hit by the ball, and then try to make the jump again.
It can be very annoying.
Oh, I didn't see where Kuumba
Oh
took the game
no.
over.
I think he was pretty far in this stage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Goddamn tank.
First of 2 M tanks that they're gonna use.
Yeah, and I want to stress again that this is a really tough game. Oh my god.
The combo!
Oh no.
Got comboed all the way down. It's okay, we're fine.
Yep.
Sunglasses rush will save the day.
Oh yes. Always does. And are we going to see the tower?
The knot tower.
Yeah.
It's a full stage in this one. There are some long sections that you can use the rider slide, the charge kick on, but it's just a little difficult to actually get to that in the select menu because you're usually on another weapon to help.
We see Napalm one-shotting the Big Joe,
Yeah.
the Stomp Vermin. Making use of every last bit of heroes.
Fuma cutscene? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, Kuumba making this way through Dark 2. Recovering pretty well.
Shout out to that boss being super speed, by the way.
Yeah. And the L tank.
Hell tank.
Alright. Now on to the Wily stages.
It wasn't the real Proto Man, by the way. It was
No?
it was a fake Proto Man, and it was Wily behind everything again. Who would have thought?
Again? But what about Dr. Cossack? Wasn't he the new villain?
I thought so too, but apparently they decided to do a throwback to Wily for the ROM hack. They must
No,
have patched that in the ROM,
Yeah.
for the ROM hack specifically.
Most likely. Alright. Kuumba doesn't have any arrow left.
Should be okay. Yeah, he just does the clear with the Phoenix, right?
So shoutouts to Wily One Music.
Wily 1 has a top path and a bottom path to go right away. It's just a little easier to do the bottom path.
Always go top path.
Yeah, I remember I went Fuma? Okay. I went top path at first when because I thought it was a death going down, like I thought it was a trap. And then after dying a lot in the upper path, I tried the lower path. It's like, this is way easier. What's going on? Alright, this is the most dangerous crusher.
Oh yes. This crusher will destroy you.
Gotta make sure that your arrows are placed just right, or you're gonna fall into the spikes.
Yeah,
Alright,
very
Baron
cool
is good.
section.
Yeah.
And if they grab their second and final M tank.
Left pets is weak to super arrow.
Yep.
Just easy to use the power or square orbit to open him up to zip up.
Easy.
Easy pets.
Kuumba is catching up nicely.
Yeah, Kuumba's playing well here.
And shoutouts to MMX again.
Sigma 2. Okay, we're fine.
Yep. We're using again a lot of weapons since they just use an M tank, so
Yeah. So you have plenty to spare here. Alright, second half is maze.
yeah.
It's really cool casually, like you're
Oh,
just
yes.
exploring around and trying to figure out where you're going.
It can be a bit confusing, like near the end of it, but it was a cool section.
Speedrun just knows where to go though.
Yep.
Fuma cutscene? Okay. Looked like it was a short Fuma cutscene. I didn't get the initial one.
Alright. And next we have Pipot favorite boss.
The worst boss in all of Classic Mega, version 2. This one is actually the worst because you have to just fire a wave into it and hope that it works.
And Wave is not the best weapon in Mega Man 5.
Freaking Q9, dude. Just makes me mad every time I look at his stupid face.
Oh gosh. Now we got 3 fights.
Or do we?
Do we?
Not quite the blip.
Are they playing? They're not playing 100%, so
This is any.
any percent. So
We get to do the MM5 setup to
yeah,
clip through.
easy.
Shoutouts to Battletoads battle music.
Yep, and this is a pretty easy fight with Napalm. Just a very straightforward weapon to use.
Extra cycle. Okay. Okay. Kuumba, please be careful. Kuumba!
Oh, yes, like we said, the Crusher is pretty ridiculous. The Crusher section.
Yeah, it's probably the toughest screen in the game. And if you mess up,
Oh
and you
no.
fall down...
Oh no.
Oh, get up there! Get up there!
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Alright, how's he gonna... Okay, he's Phoenix right into that. Okay, that looks good. Doesn't have any arrow left.
Oh.
Just
Oh no. He was like at this end died there. This is unfortunate. Okay, we got Wily fight. I know this fight gave me a lot of trouble casually.
Yeah, his suck attack is actually a blow attack,
Yep.
and there's a damage barrier on the left side.
Yep. And he deals a ton of damage in the capsule form.
Spawns very fast, a little
Yep.
hard to predict.
RNG.
Where's your square wave?
Thankfully, we have some E-tanks. And GG Baron.
GG.
Then we were playing SMB3 All Island.
It was SMB3 the whole time.
Alright, let's go Kuumba.
Okay, getting the arrow refill, probably the safe thing there.
Yep.
Okay, alright, we're through Crusher. Got the M-Tank refill.
And we have the VOD Destroyer song.
Yeah,
To the moon.
to the moon.
Alright. He's fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
The long anticipated SMB3 prequel.
Alright, so Kuumba heading into the maze. Well, the
Yep.
maze stage.
Give all your love to Kuumba because he's been running a game before that too with very different physics.
Yeah, 2 games back to back is pretty difficult.
Yeah, and I think he's taking an intentional game over there to refill his ammo.
Refill ammo and lives just in case for...
Yeah. Because this is not an easy game.
I wonder if there's an. I don't know if there's another E-tank that's like easily accessible, because he might want to pick one up if there is for Capsule.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think there is one going into the last stage, or the last door.
Yep.
Got the maze section here. Just don't fall down. Oops. Fell one screen too early. Or one pit too early. Alright, Q9, you scumbag.
Easy
pumped.
bus.
Open, you scum! Just...
Oh my gosh.
This guy is so mean.
In this game, he's even meaner than in the original. Alright.
Get hype for respite, Skip.
Refights?
Refag skip.
Nice usage of the Oh, well,
Oh.
that was gonna be like the sickest setup I've
Oh,
ever seen.
yes.
Get in
Dang.
there. Get in there. There we go.
Hey.
Very nice.
So the clip is a you have set the arrow in the right spot, and then you do a left slide followed by a right input 2 frames later.
Yep.
And that
And
clips you through.
Also, one thing about press is that it's much less longer than the original. When you don't have to wait as much for it to open again.
No, it's a really short amount of time. The refights are actually pretty cool in this game. Like every boss room layout is different.
Mm.
So it's a totally different experience from the originals to get through them.
It's a shame we have to go fast.
Full stage for Wily 4. Use the last of the Raiden slides. Pick up the E-Tank. Fight the machine. Pretty nice machine overall. Very nice capsule fight from Kuumba. That's like almost perfect.
GG Kuumba.
GG.